when it comes to your character and the person you want to show up in the world as, I think it's very important that we answer the question of who do we want to be? Not what do we want to do long term, not where do we want to live long term, but who do we want to be? Throughout this video, I'm going to answer that question for myself, and I also want you to take the time to answer that question for yourself too, and think beyond job, beyond location, like character-wise, things that you really value. Who do you want to be? 13 videos, 13 weeks, 13 questions, 13 challenges, 13 minutes, 13 seconds. Week 2. Who do you want to be? When I consider this question, one of the first things that comes to my mind is I want to be a good friend. As I mentioned in the last video, I'm an only child. Siblings don't really make sense to me. And I've noticed that in my life in particular, friendship means so much more to me because the people that I hold really, really close, I consider siblings and I consider family. I pour a lot, and it means that I require a lot in return, which means I have pretty high standards for friends. And I also try to give people warning when they enter friendship with me that they need quite a bit of capacity because of all of the things that I hold. As beautiful as that is to receive in this season, in this space of my life, in the future, I want the people around me to confidently say that I am a good friend. That takes honest conversation. It takes openness and a willingness to grow. And it takes consistency. When I think about the friendships that I have now, I try to start as honest as I can and talk about who I am and the things I've been through and where I'm trying to go, and kind of give people an out, like, hey, if this is too much, that's okay. Like, there's the door. And I'm so grateful for the friends that have held me through. So this past Thursday, okay, I have to go back a little bit. When I first moved to Canada, the first person that ever sought me out and decided, oh, I like her, I want to be friends with her, is my friend Joshua, known as Josh. We were 10 or 11, one of the two, and we just clicked and became really, really good friends. And he pretty much just redefined friendship for me at a pretty young age without me even realizing it, because I didn't have the greatest experiences when I was in school in England, and there was just a lot of stuff. But he chose me and liked me and loved me and accepted me. Unfortunately, in August of last year, he passed away. And during that season, there were so many things going on. I had just graduated from university. I was preparing for my first year of teaching and pastoring, and I had to plan this big trip. There were so many things going on, and I felt like I had to be strong for like everyone. and I couldn't break. Last Thursday, I finally broke, like bawling my eyes out, my chest hurt, just was gasping for air. And there were people that I could call, friends that understood that I hadn't fully grieved, and friends that wanted to hold space and found a way to hold space. I am grateful, deeply grateful for my friends, and in the future, I want to be a good friend. One that my friends enjoy being around, one that my friends trust, one that my friends love and support. And I want it to be mutual, you know? Yeah, so number one, I want to be a good friend. So this connects a bit to the last video. I want to be an academic. Is that the word? An academic and intellect? I just want to be a certified nerd. I mentioned it a bit last time that I really love the Bible. In particular, I love the Old Testament, more so because there's so many parts of it that don't make sense. So being able to like discover and connect and like follow this thread throughout scripture and understand everything and put it together, I want to be able to understand it so well that if I'm talking to this other high level academic, I don't know if that's the word, academic, intellect, person, nerd. If I'm talking to this like high level nerd, like I can keep up with them. But also if I'm talking to someone who's new into the Bible, I can explain these big concepts in these easy to understand ways that still leave room for their own growth. So I want to be like a certified nerd with my master's and my PhD, maybe a couple more. If education was free, I would get degrees on degrees, not for the sake of having like a bunch of letters before or after my name, but solely because I just love learning so much and I want all the opportunities that I can to do so. So I want to be an academic, an intellect, a certified nerd. Yeah. And the thing that I find powerful about this question is when I think about the things that I want to be in the future, I have to ensure that the things that I do on the day-to-day are in alignment with that. So if I'm doing something that could cause me to not be a good friend now, or cause me to not prioritize my brain and growing and learning, I have to say no to those things because it's not getting me closer to who I want to be. And I definitely acknowledge and understand this whole idea of like YOLO and you only live once and do whatever. And I believe that is definitely for some people, but for me, I really want to think about who I want to be, and I want to be intentional about the steps that I take today and tomorrow, this week, next week, to ensure that I am getting closer and closer to who I want to be. So, number 2, I want to be an academic, an intellect, a certified nerd. Yeah. This one's a little bit more personal, I guess. I want to be a great wife. I have a pretty cool relationship with my parents. We talk all the time. I tell them all the things. And their relationship has given me this pretty cool view of marriage. Is everything perfect? No. Does conflict happen? Yeah. Do we get it right as a family all the time? No. But I just love seeing the support that they have for each other. I love seeing the way that my mom can lean on my dad and my dad can lean on my mom. And when we as a family decide to do something, like we're doing it. I just love the structure. I love the support. It's so crazy. So how old am I? I am 23. This year, my parents will hit 28 years of marriage. I get sick of my own self, and I'm only 23. Imagine doing life with someone for 28 years, like choosing to. And that choice is something that you are reminded of every single day, that you choose to say yes every single day. And I don't know, it's just been something that I've loved. I love. I'm a hopeful romantic. So when I think about who I want to be, one of the things that always comes to mind is I want to be a great wife. Not that I'm going to be perfect, not that I'm always going to say the right thing, not that I'm always going to do the right thing, but that I'm going to strive to intentionally, holistically, joyfully walk alongside someone as they do life. Yeah. So that's number 3. I want to be a great wife. And what that looks like for me right now is asking my friends that are married, my friends who are in long-term relationships, like, what is going on? How do you do it? What does that look like? What did you need to figure out before you entered into marriage? What have you learned now that you're in marriage? Do you even want to be married? Like, I'm asking these questions, and it just gives me a better framework. And I get to take certain things, release certain things, whatever. And obviously, when it's my time, I will have to navigate a lot of things on my own. But I know that I want to be a great wife in the future. Yeah. So do you remember that last video? I asked a question and randomly sat down. I was talking to someone and they said it was so raw and authentic. And I think I just want to make it a thing. So I'm inviting you to sit in that question this week. And I'm going to sit right now. I'm inviting you to sit in that question this week. Who do you want to be? What does that look like? And when you figure that out, how does the way that you live each day change? What do you accept? What do you reject? What do you say yes to? What do you say no to? Thanks for joining me. Week 2 completed.